Oh, hey, it's my grand arch nemesis, who literally just plays a copy of whatever I'm playing. Yeah, case in point, that's my Xur the Enchanter right there. Yeah, we can play this. Maybe I need to remove one of my opponent's things. Okay, why did I not attack? I could have just drawn like 2 cards for free. Yet I didn't. Okay, well, remember to do it this time. I'll just counter that thing with my wash away. That wasn't? Oh, never mind. I misclicked. Anyways, yeah, Journey to Nowhere. That'll also work to get rid of it. So yep, there's Xur the Enchanter. I'll probably just want to remove that. It would be interesting still perhaps to see what specific enchantments he tutors for if he does ever attack with this, but Skyclave can just remove it anyways. Okay, yeah, that's my ghostly prison right there. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm playing against my deck. I'm trying to play against my deck here, so it's like, what do you expect? Of course, I put a lot of counter magic into my deck, so... Alright, now pay 4 to attack for each creature that wants to attack. There we go. I'm gonna Force of Will counter his Xur the Enchanter. So yeah, pay 4 to attack. Annoying, right? Alright, so I'll grab something that can destroy one of these enchantments on his field. Okay, that's a good sign. Maybe everything my opponent has is just more counter magic or removal. Okay, still gotta pay 2 to attack here. Oh wow, not even playing anything. Wow. Oh, Swan Song, so my double strike is gonna get countered here. Anyways, I still probably have him next turn. Deadly Rawlik exiles Xur the Enchanter. Yeah, that's gonna resolve. But yeah, anyways, let's be real, we're still doing absolutely amazing here. Okay, he's gonna play his copy of Abhorrent Oculus. But he doesn't have to exile cards from his graveyard, or did he? He did. Yeah, he still did. Yeah, let's just... I know just how good a card that is for just 3 mana, so... Let me get rid of his copy. Let's get his copy off the field. Attach to face down card to give it a double strike. Sure, I guess. I don't see why not. I mean, it's not like this can block my flying creature or anything. I'll just wash away the Zerg the Enchanter, it's fine. And then just once again pay 2 more to attack. And we got him. And I know for a fact I don't really win more copies of my own cards or anything like that. I just win a complete and utter random selection here. Cumulative upkeep, a blue and a red? Oh hey, at least it's got flying and trample. If it can scar the sky with fire, do not share its destination. Whatever you say, Mwani. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1 and a white to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature for each 1 life you gained. That could be good in the correct deck. Is this from Walking Dead or something? Target's planes produces colorless mana instead of white mana until end of game. But it's a 4 mana 1/1 outside of that. I'm like, nah, no man. But no, really, this is where I want to go back to. Back inside this Theros Beyond Death themed cavern. Yep, so all the way into the back here. As far into the back as I can go. Towering goddess stands before you, a gleaming hoard of treasure behind her, so this is the goddess, right? And I think I'm also looking at like a locked door or something. Apparently I can just go grab all the treasure before, actually. Ooh, that Terracodon looks nice. That's a... Japanese or Chinese? I'm not even sure. Each creature blocks, if able. An attacking player chooses how each creature blocks. The air around this gate is notably cooler and fresher. It seems a welcome portal to the outside world. Okay, it's just like a shortcut out of the cave. I thought there was going to be even more dungeon beyond that gate. I thought I was just going to go even deeper this cavern, but no, that's the exit. So now I have to run back because clearly I'm not done with this place yet, so I gotta run back. I'm not finished with this yet. So this goddess with the whip here. I'm guessing this is the final fight in this dungeon. So yeah, they start with a free Traveler's Amulet, a Mirror Shield. Whenever a creature with Death Touch blocks or becomes blocked by this creature, destroy that creature. Okay, so basically it's like if your Medusa goes and fights the creature with the Mirror Shield, you just redirect her gaze back at her to kill her. So that's, okay, that's why it just hates on stuff with Death Touch. Makes sense. May play a card off the top of your library if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, which you do. Can't attack unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. And then these two, I know what they do. No, not keeping that. Not keeping that either. I don't know, this might be a rough one. I'm keeping a hand of 5 cards and 5 cards only. This might be a rough one. I have to put 3 cards from the top of my deck into my graveyard. Alright, so what? Okay, this can still block, so I don't want to have Glint attack into a 4/4 that can just kill it. Can't attack, but it could still block. Pass. Okay, now it's got hexproof, but anyways, it still can't attack. Yet. Creatures with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Actually, I think this is gonna work. So now this can't be blocked. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards, and it's gonna trigger twice because of Delny here, so I got 4 more cards into my hand, just like that. But yeah, the hexproof I think is gonna be annoying until I can get Zur out. Because yeah, Zur can kind of just completely ignore hexproof. If we just stick an aura onto a creature, then it can just completely bypass any targeting protection. If we stick an aura directly onto it with Zur's ability, yeah, we just completely bypass the death touch. Or no, we bypass the hexproof that way. Assuming Zur gets to survive another turn. Purphoros, God of the Forge. Okay, I think I'm starting to really luck out here. Even better yet, because I have Delny out, this is going to trigger 2 times. Okay, I have to select a target creature to phase out. I can't pick something with hexproof. So this isn't really going to work the way I hoped it would. Yeah, I need to grab an aura that attaches, like, directly to a creature to, like, just... yeah. Yeah, something like a fresh start should be fine. But now, yeah, I've gone and phased out my own creature. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, Cinder Vines deals 1 damage to me. Okay. And it's gonna attack for 6? Patho-Exile. So yeah, I'm gonna accidentally phase out my own guy. So this is indestructible, sure. I could give Zur lifelink. Or just destroy some other problematic artifact or enchantment. What else does this thing do? Can sacrifice itself to blow up an artifact or enchantment. And do 2 damage to me. That doesn't have flying or have reach or anything, so... I guess first things first, we're gonna go with... Let's see. I can get rid of Klothys. And then let's go with something else. I guess now I can just destroy that Underworld Dreams. And kind of just, I don't know, control the board. Destroy Oubliette. You're gonna destroy the enchantment that phased out my creature because I accidentally, like, picked the wrong enchantment from my deck. Okay, so yeah, thanks for giving me my creature back. I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving me my own creature back. I do appreciate that. Holy crap. How many cards is he discarding? So I cast this, and because of Delny, right? This triggered 2 times, so he discarded 4 cards from his hand instead of 2? And then I got to put a +1/+1 counter on him for each of those 2 times? Or... six times total. So it's an 8-7 instead of a 4-3, and he also discarded like 4 cards from his hand because I had Delny out. Wow. I just would have been like satisfied with just making him only lose 2 cards out of his hand. But no. Let's instead rip 4 cards out of his hand. Better yet. Alright, just so it's even harder to attack me. I'm gonna throw a counterspell at that thing. But yeah, I'm just thinking, once I make Zur, like, go above 2 power, then I'm gonna stop getting, like, 2 enchantments out of the deck every time it attacks. Okay, this could totally just block. Unless I go, I don't know, find another way to remove it. I'll slap an Ethereal Armor on Heliod. And I guess we'll also put a Daybreak Coronet on him as well. Alright, he's just literally gonna do absolutely nothing. Spirit Mantle. Wow. I'm gonna mulligan again. I'm like, okay, I don't really want to keep that hand if it's got, like, only a single land card in it. Put 1 card on the bottom of the deck. One of my many lands is gonna go to the bottom. Keep that where it is. Because that way I know I'm gonna draw a non-land card next turn. Yep, that same Mirror Shield on the same creature, just like last time. My next card will be a, okay, Counterspell. Pass. Still can't attack until he gets to another creature with power 4 or greater. Or she, or it, or they. Pass. Once my opponent's devotion is like high enough. Once they got enough like red and green mana pips amongst the permanents they control, then this is gonna become a creature. So I guess in the meantime, play Zur the Enchanter, and hopefully things aren't gonna get too out of hand here. Oh, everything my opponent controls now does double damage. Indestructible. Okay, the Mirror Shield can kind of just, like, make the Death Touch moot. You know what, actually, it's 5 plus 4 times 2, it's 18. I can take 18. Okay, well maybe I can't take 18 damage again and still live. But I think you get the point. Yeah, the enchantment that makes all his stuff do double damage, I think that I want to get rid of first. Yeah, I think that should just go. I'm just gonna pull the fresh start out again to make this thing lose all its abilities and make it a 0-7. Since that worked so well the last game, the fresh start. Wait, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and lands? Counterspell. That would have just completely and utterly reset the board if I didn't just... So yeah, loses all abilities. So it didn't have hexproof or anything, so I could just target it with Source of Plowshares to take it off the field. No hexproof, nothing. Attack with everybody. Okay, maybe I should try and get myself to some extra life sooner or later. Okay, this does damage, so this would be doubled. Damage I take from this is gonna get doubled too, until I can get this curse off the field. Okay, this is the one that could just turn a non-aura enchantment into a creature. Alright, something to start gaining me life would be much appreciated. Can I give another creature lifelink here? I think I can. And gain, like, what, 1 point of life for this? That's it? Okay, we're still at, like, what, 9 life here? I'll just force my opponent to discard 2 more cards at random again. What does this do when it enters? If a source would deal damage to the chosen player, deals double that damage instead. Wait, so do I even survive this? I don't think I do. I don't even think I survive this anymore. Yeah, I lose exactly 4 more life, and then I just die. So, well, let's just say I didn't expect that. That was not expected. So... don't believe I need to pay 3 life for this one. Pass. Play another land, yes. I'll just make Warden of the Chain phase out. Okay, sure. It's just Cloth that's got a Destiny again. Alright, cast Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Every time I draw a card, I gain 2 life now. Precisely why I wanted to just drop that on the field. What does this do? Every time I just play an instant or sorcery spell, it's going to Just make a 1/2 spider, understood. What does that do? But yeah, now I'm not losing life anymore when I draw cards. I'm actually still... I'm losing 1, then I'm gaining 2. I'll take that Arasta thing off the field with my Skyclave. Whenever you commit a crime targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyards is a crime. I don't know why I've run so much stuff with Death Touch without even trying. Let's get that Mirror Shield off the field. Go. Twin Flame Tyrant. How much mana does my opponent still have? I'll just play a Logic Knot to counter that thing that it was trying to cast. I'll just probably go counter the next thing my opponent tries to play unless they don't spend too much mana on it. It's just extra land cards, right? I'll counter this. So let's see. I'll take an Ethereal Armor and slap it onto Zur. Then I'll just pass turn again. In response, I'll do a Path to Exile on this before it gets equipped. I'm gonna hard cast Force of Will. Wait, Blood Moon? Good thing I'm already set up here with my board. Good thing my board's already set up. Also, not to mention, I actually do have some basic lands on the field. Board is set up, and we also have some basics anyways, even if we didn't have a way to get rid of Blood Moon, but... I mean, anyways, yeah, Zur totally has me covered. Steel of Cleansing, destroy Blood Moon. I'll exile this with Solitude. I guess I'll just make everything that can attack, just attack. Fall from Favor will tap this thing down, rendering it unable to block. And that's a wrap. Alright, so let's see if the loot's gonna be any good here. I'm seeing some... Oh, Karn Liberated. Yeah, I'm seeing some good stuff, alright. Oh, I can start with a Shadow Spear on the battlefield every single game if I wanted. That's Shard 5 of the Eldrazi key. And then a Kaldheim landscape sketchbook. It's a really nice, that's a pretty nice looking Azoria Signet, don't get me wrong. The goddess begins to fade into stardust as she staggers back from your death blow. To think one such as you could deny destiny itself. Oh yeah, hey there, physicist. So let me guess. Any more updates on that game you're making? I don't know, maybe I'd be more interested to hear about your dream. Even crazier than any of the weird dreams I've been having, like, recently. Take your time. Okay, I believe that was the Sliver Cave, and I know I've done it already. I'm thinking, yeah, I think down here is where I actually need to go. I'm like, you know what, let's just get this Eldrazi temple open. I have one more piece of the key I need to go grab, and I think it's down here. Now, if I would just stop bumping into things. But sometimes that's just all I can do. Sometimes all I can do is just bump into things. Including enemies that want to duel me still, despite the fact I'm way better than them. Despite the fact I'm clearly going to overpower them. Well, I'm discarding 2 of my cards. Okay, I'm not just gonna throw away an Ancestral Recall now. Yeah, all these extra cards I'm drawing just, yeah, makes this a hell of a lot easier than it would probably be otherwise. I must have drawn at least, like, what, 6 extra cards since the start of the game? Sure, I guess just play that as a land, too. Okay. Oh, that was your dream? The DEA? You dumped some popcorn on the parking lot, and that pretty much set off the... just set off some alarm. Dude, you literally had, like... That literally sounds like the moment the guy dropped the pen at Planet Fitness and I set off the alarm. Wait, seriously? A pen? I dropped a pen? Both these creatures should die because this has the death touch. When Kega the Tie Star is put into a graveyard from play, gain control of target creature. Understood. I'll just grab something that exiles and doesn't actually send to the graveyard. We can just do that. Out in the middle of the parking lot. Why should you have popcorn out in the middle of the parking lot anyways? You animal. Yeah, literally just dropping the pen at Planet Fitness. Alright, I don't care about what that text box says. I've never been to a Planet Fitness, I have no idea. And judging by the whole, like, lunk alarm, I wouldn't want to go anyways. If I were to pick a gym to go to, it wouldn't be... Yeah, it would not be Planet Fitness. But I'm thinking this is where I really wanted to go. Okay, yeah, we're looking at some pretty old cards here. On your next upkeep after Hazazon is put into play. I'm pretty sure I actually made a deck with this as the commander, like, about, like, half a year ago. Not in real life or anything, just, like, in a Magic the Gathering video game. Specifically this one, but, like, not adventure mode, like, classic mode. Yeah, I built a deck around this, and then built, like, 3 other decks also around legendary creatures that were printed during or before 1995. Mia's like, I'm looking at, like, my front door one day and I just noticed a bunch of, like, huge rocks just strewn, like, all over, like, both my front lawn and the street that just fallen from the sky. And then I look up and I see this helicopter just dropping, like, these massive rocks. From, like, God knows how far up in the sky. Like, if these rocks hit me, surely they're gonna kill me. So I'm like, I don't want to go to work today. I'm like, no, let's not go to work today. Obviously that didn't actually happen and I did go to work today. I'm like, yeah, this must be some, like, hostile enemy trying to kill us people here. Okay, just... Yeah, you can just tap stuff for 1 mana every turn. Understood. Yeah, that's an old mountain. Hazardon puts a basic land from their hand into play tapped. Alright, sure. Let's hope this sticks around. Reminds me of that 1,000 Ways to Die death. Someone got killed by a bunch of falling rocks, right? Okay, of course my opponent's playing a bunch of ramp. I mean, if this is their commander, of course you want to play a bunch of ramp in a deck like this. Sure. Our Artifact mutation will destroy this and give him like 2 saplings? Fine. What the hell is Snake Basket? Sacrifice Snake Basket, put X Cobra tokens into play? I could totally counter this. Oh no, just so he doesn't make like a shit ton of creatures later. Then again, probably would have been fine anyways. I can just cast a Toxic Deluge, pay 1 life, and get rid of all of those tokens anyways if they're all 1/1s. Okay, so this is the TV show you're talking about. The Russians are trying to control the weather. One of their experiments involved shoveling sediment into the clouds? In hopes of... But why? Sediment into the cloud. How and why? And sounds like, of course, that'd fail miserably. How, why, and like, no shit, it's gonna fail. I don't even like understand exactly what we're going for here. I'm gonna just throw a blue elemental blast at this thing because that's red. Commander. Yeah, there's a good chance we're probably just gonna win real soon. Yeah, this time he's going to resolve. The sediment clumped into massive rocks. So it was like tiny little rocks that turned into massive rocks that... The main character, a pimp, got killed. Okay, if this leaves the field, does he get the tokens or no? So what does the main character being a pimp have to do with anything in the experiment? I just find that detail amusing. Like, we're talking about this science experiment, and then, oh, the main character was a pimp. Anyways, yeah, now if my opponent draws 1 more card, they die to Shieldred. Assuming they even do anything with their creatures. I mean, these can't attack just yet. Yeah, sounds like I've never watched an episode of that. Alright. My opponent's just gonna kill himself here with his own card. He's just gonna eliminate himself with his own... whatever that book was. Jayemdae Tome. Despite the fact that I had this creature out that just makes him lose 2 life if he draws another card. And he's at 2 life. He was at exactly 2 life too, yes. Idiots. Destroy target tapped creature or a blocking creature. Tetsuo may not be the target of an enchant creature spell. So, you mean an aura. Wait, is this... Is every single card in my opening hand a land? Yes, it is. Wow. 7 lands in my opening hand. This is a land on the back. We're gonna try this here. I mean, yeah, it sounds like they would in fact change some details. Yeah, I think I can take your word for it. They do definitely change a few details on that. I'm just trying to, like, fathom how this science experiment was supposed to work, and then, oh, he's a pimp. He whores out women. I'm like, what? So we're gonna do, okay, anything that comes in untapped should be fine. Zur the Enchanter. Slap the Lightning Greaves on him, so he can attack immediately. I'll just grab an answer for Icy Manipulator. You have 5 mana and you're doing absolutely nothing with it. Oh, just to activate the ability to draw another card again. Sure. That is fine. Fireball deals 2 damage to me. Okay. Oh, can't be the target of an aura spell. And what is this exactly? An aura. I'll just remove it with a Journey to Nowhere then, I guess. Okay, I think I might just want to stop whatever I'm doing just to read this story here. So it was Pimp introduced, Pimp acts like an asshole, rocks begin hailing down, prostitute locks him out, Pimp dies. Yeah, unlike in my dream where I'm in my house and I just don't leave. I didn't get locked out or anything. Flashbacks, the guys in plane shoveling, and then the general autopsy report. The way that guy dies, you make it sound so fucking funny. The way that whole thing plays out, just absolutely amazing. Like, what are we even going on about anymore? Oh, that's a really fancy looking... That's like the original printing of Mana Drain, in fact. All Hallows Eve. Put 2 counters on this card, remove a counter during your upkeep, and when you remove the last one, all players take all creatures from their graveyards and then put them directly into play. Target creature loses first strike or Swamp Walk until end of turn. 2 copies of Mana Drain. A really old printing of Counterspell. A really old printing of Underground River. The original Nicol Bolas. 2 copies of Mishra's Factory, specifically, yeah, the winter art. And we're getting some cool stuff out of here. Yeah, so these are all, like, really old legendary creatures, isn't it? Creatures attack and block as normal, and none do any combat damage. Alright, prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn, so it's basically repeatable fog on a legendary creature. Hoping to draw a land within the next couple turns that can make black mana. mean, I can give Xur haste if I can get him down turn 4, but... I mean, if I don't have access to black mana, then we're kind of just out of luck here. This makes white, this makes... No, this makes blue, this makes white. I have 5 lands, but none of them... Yeah, wow. None of them can produce black. One damage to target player. Or pay 1 and 2 white and tap, return one of my creatures to my hand. Okay, a snow-covered swamp. That's perfect. Alright, so we'll just lock this out of untapping. I'll exile the Spore Frog, so I don't even have to worry about losing the Monarch. Remove 3 Spore counters to basically... Yeah, to basically make creatures not do damage for a turn. And it gets 1 Spore counter every turn. That's... horribly inefficient way to just... That's a really inefficient way to just say, like, creatures can't do damage with this turn. I gotta wait 3 turns for it. That's really, like, hella inefficient. You know what, I'll just draw 3 cards. Surely something else will come up, surely. I'm gonna just throw a Remand at that. Attack with these 2. Alright, now... Now it's really gonna not do anything. Mana Leak. I can just give Xur double strike here, and... Really close to winning now. I'll just Mystical into a counterspell. Mystical Tutor. And then throw a counterspell at Angus. Okay, yeah, I think he's gonna get 1 more turn. He gets 1 more turn, I believe. Unless I can get any card out of my deck. Yes, I can, in fact. I'll just let Shieldred finish him off at that point. Yep, Shieldred, you do the honor. Got some nice cards here, too, in fact. Whenever any player plays a land, that player draws a card. Ideally, I would just throw this in a deck where I know I can play more lands than the opponent. Whenever a player plays a spell, they can pay 2 to draw a card. This I think I want to keep. Anything good in here? Flying, protection from creatures. Prevent all combat damage X target creatures would deal this turn. A giant warthog. Remove X target cards in a single graveyard from the game. I was like, no, I don't think I built the deck around this. I think I built the deck around Zira Arian, which is like another, like, old legendary creature that's also these 3 colors. And I'm pretty sure I did put this into 99 in that deck I made. Of course, this was like the video I uploaded last October. I made 4 decks, all of which are just themed around these legendary creatures from, like, before 1995, or... yeah. During or before 1995. And pretty much every single card I put in those decks was like Homelands or older, so yeah. Not a single card I put in that video was like after 1995. I'll have this land to play next turn. Pass. I'm just going to put a Fall from Favor on this thing. Become the Monarch and just tap that down. Flametongue Kavu? Okay. Okay, sure, why not? And now my Glintine Nephilim is dead. And that's just a pretty solid creature still left over after that. I'll just play a Wrath of God and get rid of both those creatures he had. Yeah, screw it. Just cast a Wrath of God. Okay. Okay, let's play the Abhorrent Oculus. Decimate. Destroy? I'm gonna counter that. Now, what did my opponent put into the graveyard? This? Plague Wind? I have to wonder how they plan to get it out of their graveyard, though. Anyways. I'm just gonna pass it back to him. Alright, let's cast Zur the Enchanter. Hello? And now give it my Lightning Greaves also. I'm just gonna throw a fresh start on his commander. Alright, choose a card to discard. Don't mind if I do. Another Flame Tongue Kavu. Sure. Yeah, let's turn this face up while we're at it. Now I get 2 enchantments from my deck every time I attack. 2 for the price of 1 here. Okay, Sheoldred the Apocalypse. I'm gonna put, first things first, a Twin Blade Blessing onto Zur, and then a Daybreak Coronet. And there we go. That's how you do it. All creatures you control have haste. Alright. Pernicious Deed. Pernicious Deed. Not bad at all. Okay, I have to beat Halfdane before I can go see what is in that spellbook behind him. Alright. That's easy enough, I guess, to understand. So basically we got in the command zone here a creature that can just change its power and toughness at will. Could just copy the power and toughness of whatever the strongest creature on the battlefield is at the current moment. I'm gonna wash away the commander. Oh wow, Wrath of God. That's gonna... yeah, that's actually a perfect answer to my True Name Nemesis here. Protection from, well, everything the opponent has, but... that doesn't account for destruction, and also Wrath of God does not target either. Alright, so what shall we discard here? Okay, now I gotta deal with a Morphling. Alright, while my opponent is completely tapped out, let's exile this thing. Still awkwardly just waiting around for my 4th land to come in. Icy Manipulator top Sol Ring. Well, yeah, I guess you could do that. I guess. Abhorrent Oculus. Just gonna slam this back on the field. Okay, so when this dies, my opponent can just go grab any enchantment out of their deck and put it directly onto the battlefield. I will have to keep that in mind. Alright, now finally, cast Zur the Enchanter. And maybe get to attack with it? Yeah, I guess that was nice while it lasted. I'll take 5 damage. Alright, that just taps to draw a card every turn. Understood. I guess, yeah, better late than never. I don't have double black, I see. That I do not. Alright, so I'm gonna get the Archivist off the field. I see, that time I'm only taking 2 damage. Whatever that is, I'm just gonna counter it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go grab something to get, again, Icy Manipulator off of the field. Let me just grab an answer for that. I'll take 2 damage again, that's fine. And we're gonna clone something? Zur the Enchanter, okay. Well, not on my watch. And I'm gonna send the Academy Rector on a journey to nowhere. Sure. Okay, I'm just gonna go and rip that Twin Blade Blessing off the top of my deck. So yeah, now he has double strike. Also gonna give Zur lifelink for the turn as well. Because, of course we can. Okay, we just, like, one-shot him with Zur. Okay, we just one-shot him with commander damage there. Oh, wow, now I'm gonna have a copy of Academy Rector. And a Mind Over Matter. A Time Warp. 5 mana, take an extra turn. Morphling. I'm gonna keep the Academy Rector also. I'm gonna keep... Oh, Phyrexian Altar, not bad at all. Also not too shabby. Tortured Existence. Discard a creature card, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Surely I could do something with that too in the right deck. Anyways. Okay, how many more of these guys are there to duel anyways? Palladium Moors, is that... Yeah, that's what I thought, so... That's what I thought. Summon Elder Dragon Legend. So every single Elder Dragon Legend is going to be in this cave? Every single one of those is going to be in this cave somewhere, right? Because I'm starting to think, if so, we're probably going to be here for a while. We could actually be here for quite a bit, thinking about it now. Can't really attack with this because the wall will just block it. Now I can't with attack. Now I can't attack with it at all because it's not even on the field anymore. Pass. Remand. Oh boy. Ooh, Soul Ring. Hopefully maybe that will just... I'm gonna just kill this with, I guess, Blue Elemental Blast. I'm trying to just get to my next land card here. Desperately trying to get to my next land. Okay, I can at least tap this down. I should be drawing one extra card a turn now, so I hope that helps. Flying, Trample, and has an upkeep cost associated with it too. I can just also erode the thing as well. And then we're gonna play a Treasure Cruise, delve 7 cards. Maybe, yeah, finally I'll draw my 3rd land card of the game. Pff, yeah, better late than never. So yeah, we are still stuck on 3 lands, and look at how many lands the Palladium Wars has. So much so I can recast this again. And then I can remove it, like, I don't know, just as easily because I have Source to Plowshares and Path to Exile and whatnot. I can get rid of it just as easily still. Yeah, let's do that. Dark Confidant. Pass. Spending like what? How much mana are we spending now to play this? So that's his 3rd time he casts it. Normally it costs 8, so he paid 12 for that? He paid a whopping 12 mana to do that, I think. And I'm just gonna, again... Oh wait, never mind. This is probably gonna be hitting me at least once. Surely now. I'll get hit at least once by this at this point. Whether I like it or not. Alright, Phyrexian Arena. And I also momentarily lose my crown as well. Oh, this is gonna trigger 2 times because Delny? I'll lose 5 life, but I'll get 2 extra cards into my hand. Should be able to do plenty of stuff with the extra cards in my hand anyways. Should. Okay. So yes, I got my crown back. Looks like I'm completely out of mana again. And I'm discarding a whopping 2 cards here. So yeah, let's just discard these 2 and pass it on back. So sad. I tell you, so sad. He's gonna spend all that mana and get absolutely nothing for it. So sad. I'll just throw a Force of Will at him. Alright, play Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Swing like that. Have to discard a card, sure. Do that. Oh, Sneak Attack. Sneak Attack? cheating Sawback Manticore! What the hell is this? Oh, Sawback Manticore. Wait, what? Alright, let's play a 5/6 Baragoi for 3 mana. And on the board, Oculus. I'll just give, I guess, Shield Grid protection from red or something. Yep, I got my crown back. Rock Egg. Alright, I guess. Sneak attacks and egg onto the battlefield. I'm just gonna go Snuff Out to kill this thing. Sure, let's get 2 more lands into our hand here. Yeah, to believe I have not even put Zur onto the battlefield yet. And at the rate we're going, I'm starting to really think I won't even need to at this point. Won't even need to cast my commander because we're just doing so well. Oh, I need to put some more +1/+1 counters on things. Oh, I didn't even realize there's only a 2 life. So if he draws 1 more card, the game's over, because of Shield Grid over here. Moat. Non-flying creatures cannot attack. Okay, how many more counters am I gonna put on my creatures at this point? Okay, this can block my flying creature here. Or I could just do Toxic Deluge, X as 1. Get rid of all the 1 toughness creatures, and then I'm good to go here. I gotta play another game against him? I mean, that first one took so long, and now I gotta do another? I guess just beating him once wasn't enough. I guess just to, like, prove that this was in fact not a miracle, I gotta do it again. Alright, sure. Let's do it again. Yeah, beating him once, you're not happy enough with that? Oh, turn 2 or turn 3, Sarah Angel. Alright. Alright, so now how are we gonna deal with that? I guess I'll play this for starters. Okay, I can remove the Sarah Angel from the field easily now. That I can now easily take off the field. Anyways, I'll just pass it back to him. Oh, this? Forge. The Magic the Gathering Forge, to be more specific. Forge is like a fan-made rules engine in which you can play Magic the Gathering. I've been playing way too much of it as of late, let's be real. Alright, so what should I'll just play this as a land. I'll pass. I'm gonna throw a Strict Serenade at this. Play this as a land. I'm gonna play Turok Kicked. My opponent discards 2 cards at random, and this comes in as a 4/3. Not much of a point in attacking just yet, so let's pass it on back. Sure. Okay, I might want to start thinking about trying to gain some life back real soon. Probably want to think about this sooner or later. I'm gonna slap a Twin Blade. Okay, how much? I have 3 land that can make white. I was kind of hoping I was gonna have like 1 more. Also, why don't I just play Zur the Enchanter and then start getting enchantments out of my deck for free? I don't know, why don't we start trying that? Berserk, make the bird token get +2/+0? Okay. We're gonna cast Berserk on a bird token. That is certainly the play of all time. That is certainly a play, to say the least. Alright, so yeah, now this is ready to start gaining me some life. So that's not a problem anymore. Oh wow, did I just drew like, what, 10 cards there? And then yeah, let's just casually draw 10 cards, because of course we can. And then get rid of... draw 1 more at the end step, and then get rid of 9 of them. And then we could just draw 3 more with Ancestral Recall, or we could just draw 3 more with Treasure Cruise. My graveyard is full of cards now at this point. No, really. I still gotta get rid of 1 more thing. Alright, fine. Okay, I discarded the Wash Away. Surely by this point I can just find an answer to Palladium Wars without much hassle. Surely by this point. I should just have an answer to everything. Alright, something that's also just going to remove the Icy Manipulator. Okay, we did only 1 damage. Pass. Pay up to 2 less than required whenever casting a creature spell. That's it. Ooh, and Rod of Ruin. I'm so scared. I guess now that Wall of Earth is also finally gone. So, I think now it just might be time to start attacking with everything I got. Alright, now Glintai is a 13-13. Alright, Heliod Suncrown just because we can. Isn't this like got protection from creatures so it can't be blocked anyways? There we go. 14-14, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, double strike, protection from creatures. Yeah, the game should be over by then, surely now. Oh, wow. Search my deck for any, like... Yeah, any summon creature. So basically, search your deck for any creature card. Put that card on top of it. It's a sorcery. Slightly worse than Worldly Tutor, but it's still, yeah, it's still basically Worldly Tutor, but as a sorcery. I'd still definitely play it. I'd still play this any day. We got all these old school cards and then Roaming Throne and then somehow Roaming Throne. So yeah, these like all the Elder Dragons, because if so, yeah, I'm not staying up all night to defeat all of them. I guess I'm gonna play against one more. I guess I'm gonna be fighting one more of these. Sacrifice a land to gain 2 life, okay. Actually interesting. If that land is a snow-covered land, gain 1 life. What are the odds that he's gonna blow up a snow-covered land with his Thermokarst? What are the odds? Ice Storm, destroy... Oh no, is this just gonna be like Land Destruction Turbo? Because if his deck is just gonna be Land Destruction Turbo, then how am I supposed to deal with that? If I don't run that many lands, how am I gonna deal with this? That can just remove anything from the game, more or less. So yeah, because enough of my lands got destroyed, now I'm missing a color entirely. Now I'm completely just missing one of my colors here. Anyways... No, of course that doesn't really help. Okay, we have at least something that can fight. Wasteland, and then he's gonna play, a Sinkhole, and then he's gonna play this. Yeah, surely I feel like I've picked the wrong day. I don't think I'm ever gonna play anything at this point. I don't actually think I'm ever gonna get anything on the board here. Except for True Name Nemesis. That was a fluke that I got that far. Imagine if I just win the game with this, because he can't block it in any way, shape, or form. Or target it, even. Alright, just keep attacking with True Name Nemesis, because right about now, that's the only thing I can do. Now, surely it looks like I'm gonna die before he ever does. I get like one more turn and I have no way to remove this because he destroyed every single one of my lands. Pretty much leaving me entirely unable to cast a single spell. Okay, so at least I get to go first this time around, so I hope that helps. I actually do get to start first, so maybe it won't be as bad as the first game. He has all of this land destruction. So why don't I just take an Arcane Signet that isn't a land and can produce mana? Why don't we just do that? Whenever anyone loses a land, egg does 2 damage to that player for each land lost. That's not what I think is really gonna kill me here. What's gonna kill me is simply losing so many lands I can't play spells anymore. I'm not really concerned about the Dingus Egg just doing too much damage to me. What worries me is that I just have every single land I play get destroyed and then I can't play spells anymore. That's what I have to worry about. Alright, but this time I think I seem to be getting really, really lucky here. I'm not just having my lands taken from me, like, turn after turn. Pass. Desert Twister in response. I'll cast a Wash Away to counter this. So let's draw even more cards now, shall we? And finally get rid of this wall of dust. So now I'm starting to lose some of my lands here. Alright, so I'm down to this and Arcane Signet that can make mana. So now I guess we're down to just these. Anyways, I don't know who thought it would be like a fun idea to just make a land destruction deck like this. Like, it feels like every other card is just there to make it so you can't play Magic the Gathering, basically. Yeah, but anyways, this time I'm somehow just gonna make a board much better than anything he can possibly muster up. Okay. Alright, get a scrubland. And then... I'm just gonna give this guy double strike. And protection from creatures. Yeah, that should... And it did just end the game that turn. So I'm thinking definitely want to just keep a hand with more lands than usual. If I see like a 2-land hand and I know I'm going up against a land destruction deck, then I probably don't want to keep such a hand. Whereas normally, maybe this could be workable, but against literally land destruction, I think this is a terrible idea. I have 4 land cards here. So yeah, let's give this a go. I'll just shuffle the library and see what else we can find. Snow-covered plains, Path to Exile, the Wall of Dust. And then I'll just go draw 2 cards just like that. Yeah, we gotta discard something, don't mind me. Yep, so there's some land destruction. I can only play like a single land card per turn, and potentially my opponent can just destroy 1 land every turn if they have like enough cards with which to do that. Just so I don't have to deal with Icy Manipulator anymore. And I'll just make sure that's off the field. Okay, we're gonna throw an Erode at the commander. Get that off the field. You discard 2 cards, I'll attack and draw 2 more cards. And then pass turn. Sure. You set that back up, I'll surely be able to just find a way to knock it out again. And now it's just up to me to knock it out again. I'll just draw like 3 lands in a row, so never mind. I mean, I don't know what else to do right now. So I'm taking 13 damage. Commander damage, by the way, so if I take any more commander damage from this, I'm dead, actually. If I just pay 7 life, this'll go away, but I'll lose everything else on my field as well. That's the problem. Everything else is gonna die too. Like, I'd play this... I'd play Toxic Deluge first, and then... I would play this. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Oh, I can, actually, cast the Oculus. I have exactly 6 cards to exile from my graveyard to do so. And now I gotta figure out how to remove it again, because you can just recast it. Yes. Blue Elemental Blast. Perfect. That is actually perfect. Also, if I play Xur the Enchanter, I think that would be a good idea, too. Or I just have lethal on board right now. And, well, there we go. That was certainly one hell of an annoying match, but we did it. Oh, really nice looking Sword of Light and Shadow. I'll take that. All spells cast are countered unless their casters pay an additional 3. Oh wow, Mox Diamond. 2 of them? I only need 1. I can only use 1 of them, but no, you're gonna give me 2 Mox Diamonds. Oh wow, Mox Diamond, nice. Yeah, let's add that to the collection too. Oh wow, Mox Diamond. Nice. I think I'm just gonna cut a land to throw that in there. Yeah, question is, which one though? I'll probably just pitch one. I think I'll just replace one of the Surveil lands, because it does always come in tapped. Yeah, Mox Diamond. Basically, I can just play this down for 0 mana, and I can tap for mana of any color, but as an additional, instead of paying mana for this, I have to just discard an extra land to get it on the field. But, like, come on, it's Mox Diamond. I'm not gonna say no to that. We gotta give this a go. Not gonna say no to a perfectly good Mox Diamond. Anyways, I'm gonna finish off that Ancient Cavern another day. We're at, like, almost like, holy shit, like, what now? We're actually starting to near 400,000 gold at this point. Yeah, I don't believe I need multiple copies of Bayou. I don't think that's necessary. I don't know what I was doing with 2 Blasphemous Act either. Also, I have a Bolas' Citadel, and we're doing absolutely nothing with it. Two copies of Broodslaver somehow I have. Never bothered to sell one of the other ones. Yeah, that is a Celestial Colonnade. Chulane, Teller of Tales is also doing absolutely nothing at the moment. That's totally another deck I could try and just put together one of these days. If I wasn't already just like too busy with the decks I already have. If I wasn't already preoccupied with the decks I already own. I mean, I already own a Craterhoof Behemoth anyways. That's usually just, like, better in, like, most cases anyways. I'd rather have Craterhoof over Decimator. A random bulk common? Don't ask me why I still have that. Yeah, we can get up to 400,000 gold some other day. That can wait. I mean, even then, like, why am I collecting this gold if I'm not even gonna spend it? I guess, I don't know, I just like looking at really big numbers, I don't know. I guess just so we can look at a really big number. That's enough for me for tonight, by the way.